You know, we're gonna try to do this, but I'm not gonna start the clearing for a few minutes because I'm waiting for somebody to stop by because for some reason we think the pilot light has just went out on our water heater thing because it was quite windy this morning and the air conditioning has been running and running, so it probably just knocked it out. But here's the thing. I don't want to start just yet because as soon as I start, then I got to stop and go deal with that. So, anyway, welcome to Be So Light. My name is Felicia, as well as Niana, as well as Priestess Macabre. It's like just always something. But it's a day at a time. So if you're just now coming in, I'm just letting you know I'm not going to be able to start just yet because I'm waiting for someone to come to the door to check the water heater pilot light to see if it's gone out because we have no hot water. So it's always something interesting. So I'm just waiting. So today is a day out of time, which means what is this? We finished this already. This is done, completed, done. We're on day 25, but it won't be initiated just yet because this actually starts tomorrow on 26. So we are going into the magnetic moon of purpose. I'm loving it. So the title is Displaced. Or should I say displacement? How many of you have been feeling very displaced in your life? Now, when I say displaced, this is because this is what's playing out with me right now. And it came up big time. And I was just like, my goodness, what is this energy? And I'm really happy it showed up on this day, which is a day at a time on the galactic calendar. And I'm sitting here saying to myself, what is this? What is this energy? I need to look at it. I need to dive into it. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to dive into it. So I find it very interesting that when we talk about displacement, and first of all, let me give a shout out to Rebecca, who is a galactic spiral light practitioner. And I'm really going to be saying galactic spiral light because she sent something to me that is called spiral light candles. I'm going to let you know I did not design those. That is not my company. Those are not my candles. And she said she found it posted on, what's it called? Instagram. And I said, oh, wow, that's cool. I'm Galactic Spiralite. I have the name of that, own the name, trade, all that. It's on my webpage. I have the name on that. So this person has just Spiralite and they're making candles. So just letting you know, that's not me. I'm not making those. Not making those. Thought about making candles about 3 or 4 years ago. I thought about it. And it makes me wonder when I was going to talk to someone about doing it. I quickly changed my mind and said no because I feel like I don't know. You know how you can just kind of feel in the air if you can trust someone or not? I felt that way. Well, there you go. Now, Spiralight candles. So, anyway, just to let you know. So, displacement. When you feel displaced, when you are displacement. A lot of us probably feel displaced, right? If you are from a different timeline or a different time energy, you probably feel even that displacement. So, displacement, if you hear me clearing my throat, is because I ate something that was really, really good. It was just good. So, had Gouda cheese on it. It was just good. That's all I have to say. So, displacement comes, and that feeling comes when you feel like you don't belong somewhere, when you feel out of sorts, when you don't feel safe. And Rebecca, thank you for the chit chat today. It was just really perfect timing. Perfect timing. And it was just kind of interesting because I was driving and I was running some errands and I was just kind of like doing my thing, and I had this thought of some stuff that was coming up, and I said, yeah, I got to clear that one. That just came up. Okay, let me clear that. And I just really was in deep thought on I need to clear deeper. How deep do I need to go? Well, let's just take a look at it. Had to go all the way back to the planet Maldak. Yes, you know that astro debris that floats out in space that is seen from a planet that or a star that erupted. Um, yeah, the planet Maldak definitely exploded. Parts of it was intact, but the main front part of it just exploded. And some of us were able to get off the planet in time, and that was displacement. That was homelessness. That was not feeling safe. That was a place of survival. That was not knowing what the future holds. That was a place of being put in discomfort, feeling like, what are we going to do now? The planet is gone, and where are we going? Okay, so coming to the water planet, Earth. So when you look at displacement in your life and the things that have occurred, especially if it came up in trauma, if it has happened through something you had to make a decision, you had to leave. Okay, a displacement from a job, displacement from a home. A lot of us are running an energy from a job, from a home, and you just haven't found a place to call home to feel safe yet. So this becomes the normal feeling when you're dealing with the energy of displacement. It becomes that. You become used to it. And you just automatically, your energy belief becomes, well, maybe it'll show up soon. Or maybe it's just not the right time for me to have this. Or I know things are untimed, and I know things are different, and I don't know if I can continue on with this, or whatever that energy is of displacement. When you feel displaced, you can also feel displaced from family. Some of us are born in dual families. You got a stepmom or you got a stepdad, and you have displacement from the biological family, if they're in your life or not in your life. So there's a displacement. There's a displacement when you cannot identify as a true-blooded person of the family. And then you have other family members or children of the family members that know that you are not a true member of the family. You don't have the same bloodline as them. And they don't have a problem throwing it up in your face. Okay? So now I'm doing a lot of clearing because that's the truth of that. So when you have to look at displacement in your life, it really requires you to really get into that place of yourself and say, okay, where am I not feeling safe? Where am I feeling really displaced in my life? where have I not been able to call home? Okay, I haven't been able to call home yet. Home. So I want you to really think about where you're sitting. If you felt displaced from a job, in your family, and also is there always this place of not belonging? Okay, so we can look at it on a spiritual level, like if we were looking at it on a level of when you come from a different system or star system and you feel displaced. A walk-in experience is displacement. Okay? The original soul was there. That soul traded out, left, and now the other soul is coming in to complete the mission. So now that's displacement. Feeling kind of out of sorts of what the person used to do, who they used to hang out with, who they used to know. It doesn't fit with the walk-in. Okay, because the walk-in is simply going and picking up where it was left off to complete the mission. Okay, to go to the next level. So, where do you feel displaced? How do you feel displaced? Does it create sadness? Does it create loneliness? Does it create constantly searching for where to belong? There are some people that are constantly moving all the time, going from place to place to place to place to place to place, and they never can call it a home. They can never call wherever they're going. They can't call it home. They're on their home is planet Earth. Yes, this is your home. But when we talk about making sacred space, when we talk about being in your own place, without anything attached to it, without anybody attached to it, okay, your place, that's displacement. Okay, when you can't claim something, that's your place, your home, your job. If you created a business, okay, now you created a business, that's something of yours, it's a part of you, it's a creation. But if you're working for someone else and then that job comes undone and a company goes down, that's displacement. If you weren't placed somewhere or encouraged or booked in a different position or something like that, that's displacement. So, where are you feeling displaced? What is it feeling like? Are you feeling not safe? Do you doubt if you're ever going to have that? Think about people who go through a fire. Everything gets burned up. All their belongings, their home, everything's gone. Same thing with a tornado, earthquake, hurricane, natural disasters cause displacement. You no longer have something of your own place to call your home, and now you're displaced. So when you're displaced, how do we heal that? How do we sit within ourselves and really call in the healing for that? Because if you don't heal it, it becomes a energy blocker, and it ties into being complacent. It ties into not thinking that you're going to have that ever again, a home or a place. So you start to believe that, especially now with the way the economy is. A lot of people have been displaced. So you start looking at that and you're like wondering, am I displaced? Where am I displaced? Where am I displaced in myself? Where am I displaced in my life? Where do I not, hi lovely, where do I not feel safe? Because when you are displaced, you don't feel safe anywhere. I know from my personal journey, I had to really look at this. Okay, when did my displacement start? Okay, so the first place I go to, when I left my ex-husband, that's where my displacement went. That's when I first experienced it because I had to get out. I had to leave him. My life was on the line. So I left. Okay, so that was displacement. Oh, but I didn't plan it all out that when you leave and then when you're going through a divorce, how your credit takes a slap and then nobody wants to rent to you. Nobody wants to doing it. And I was all about, I don't want no roommate. I don't want to do that. But I ended up sharing space with people that I knew and, until I got over the trauma of what I was going through, what I was experiencing. When you go through a divorce, when you go through that, that's displacement. You were married. You had a partner. Now it's coming undone. So now you're displaced. You're back to what? Am I single now? Oh, I'm a divorcee. That sounds so drastic. Almost makes you sound or feel like you're being punished because you got married and it didn't work out. No, hell no. I had to get the hell out because the man that I fell in love with became cuckoo, crazy. So why would I want to stay with someone that's not, okay. Well, why would I want to stay with someone who would be abusing me? If I stay and I stay in that energy, I'm not loving myself. So now, here we are in displacement, going from place to place to place, place to place to place, and just trying to find out where you're supposed to be. Do you want to stay where you used to stay? Do you want to move somewhere else? So then you go out searching, but there's still something that's blocking you while you're displaced. You can go to all these different places and manifest different spots and whatever and be there and travel and be a nomad and go and travel the world and all that. The world is your oyster, it's your home, but you're moving constantly. But you never can call one space your home. Everybody loves to be able to say, home. I'm home. Like you have your favorite places to go. Like when I go to Shasta, I love visiting Shasta. But that's not my home. I love it, but that's not my home. When I go to Puerto Rico, that's my home. That makes me smile. Shasta makes me smile too. I love it up there. But when you go to Puerto Rico, that's your people, your family, spirit family, the food, the smell of the bread baking in the morning. Abuela's in the kitchen making something good, and you can't wait to find out what it's going to be when you get up and go in, and you're like, oh my God, what is this? This looks really good. It's home because of the amount of love that's on that island. In spite of the hurricanes that come through and cause displacement. And I had that medicine energy of when my brother was going through displacement when Maria came through. And I watched. There's nothing I could do. I'm over here, but the island was getting annihilated by that storm. And to not be able to contact because everybody was displaced. Everybody had to come to one location. We really take things for granted, don't we? These little charger things, we put them in a wall and we charge up our phone at our own will. We take it for granted, huh? Until the power's gone and you only have one place where you can go charge up your phone with a line of other people who have to charge it up. displacement. I feel like a lot of us have experienced or we are still currently dealing with displacement. When we have to store things up and put them away in storage because we had to move from somewhere, or you moved into a rental home and you thinking, oh great, I can call this place my home, and then all of a sudden the owners of the home come and pull the rug out from underneath you and say, oh, we're going to put it on our market, we're going to sell it, and you have to move, and they give you 60, 90 days, whatever, to get moved. So now you got to come up with the money to get moved to another place. So now there's fear. Is this going to happen to me again? So now that makes you not want to rent another home because that already happened to you. So now you're going to look for something else. You're going to try to create something that is stability, so you can feel safe. Because when something gets pulled out from underneath you and you get displaced from it, you don't feel safe. You do not feel safe. And it becomes survival mode. And then you become conditioned in staying in the energy, because it's always about, okay, soon this is going to come up. Okay, soon this is going to happen. Okay, this is going to happen soon, and then something falls through. Okay, soon this is going to happen. But there's an energy that is there, that's still blocking. And how far back does that energy go when you are experiencing displacement? Let's take a journey. Let's take a look how far it goes. Because it goes as far back to our ancestors, our mother, fathers, mothers, our mothers, fathers, fathers, mothers, mothers, fathers. Generations of displacement. Being on the run. Moving from town to town in search of something, but never finding a place to call home. Yes, planet Earth is our home, but we're talking about when you can actually come into a space and you can put your shit down, put your shoes down, throw yourself in a bed, and if you want to walk around butt naked, you can do that because it's your home. It's your space. You can do whatever the hell you want. But when you're displaced, you are constantly walking on eggshells when you're living somewhere else or sharing space somewhere else, and trying not to rock the boat when you're displaced. Because now you have to be in a space with others and kind of go with the flow of how they live, what they do. A lot of us had to do that. When all this shenanigans came down with the shutdowns and all of that. And people lost their homes and places to live because they lost their jobs, or they didn't want to conform with what you had to do in order to keep your job because they thought about their health. They took ownership of it. They didn't let anybody take it away from them. But then, okay, so now you don't have that job. So now you're looking for other, but nobody's really hiring. So you become displaced. I think I hear him. So when we talk about displacement, I want everyone to really think about Where do you feel displaced in your life? And how long have you been feeling it? I had to go all the way back to a planet, Maldak. There's a lot of us light workers, star seeds from Maldak. We're from there. And we just got placed here on Earth. There's a lot of you who don't know who your biological family is. That's a displacement. You got placed with another family. But you know that's not of your blood. There's something about when people hold so tight about their blood. It's in their blood. They have their family is blood. And then when someone else comes in that's not their blood, they'll have a bond with them before they create another child that is of their blood. And then there's the split that happens. Then the resentment comes in that they're taking care of another man's kid. So now there's this resentment energy that comes up. So now the person who's receiving that energy, that's feeling that energy, is feeling displaced in a family. And how do I know this to be true? Because I experienced it. I went through it. No disrespect to my stepfather and my dad. I've always just looked at him as my real dad. But he's not my biological dad. And he stepped into my life when I was just born. And it's in that 5-year period. And then the brother comes along. So now there's this feeling of displaced. And there's so many people who feel that in their life. And you just kind of go along with it. And you just keep moving through. But deep down inside, you are looking for a place to call home, to finally be at peace with yourself, and to feel safe. To feel safe. Right now, on Mother Earth, there are so many people who are experiencing displacement. And in the consciousness, we feel that around us when we see someone homeless. And a lot of times, the homeless situation that they're experiencing is not by choice. Something happened. Most of the people that are living homeless on the street are highly educated. They had something successful in their life, and they just crossed the path with the wrong person or the wrong thing that dismantled their dreams. Nobody wakes up in the morning and says, oh, I think this morning would be a fabulous time for me to be homeless. I want to just be homeless today. That sounds fabulous. Let me also be highly on drugs. I want to be drugged up. Yes, that sounds fabulous. Nobody wakes up in the morning saying that. There was turns of events that took place in that person's life that caused that displacement. And I think this is something that we don't really look at. We call it, oh, they're just temporarily, down on their luck, or they just need to kind of find where they want to be. They haven't found it yet, or they're just, we just keep putting a pillow underneath it, but we're not really going in and saying what is causing this. Is this yours to carry? When did this first begin for you? When did this first start? And that's what I had to ask myself. I'm like, wait a minute. This is a day of no time. This is a day of nothing. This is, that space right in between the old calendar, galactic calendar going down, and the new one getting ready to come up tomorrow. I'm right in that space. Space of no time. Space, no space day. This is a perfect opportunity to find out where this comes from. Because in our DNA, we are carrying the signature energy of loss, of grief. I'm not feeling like we belong somewhere. We feel different. Not feeling safe. In tribal time, there was always not feeling safe, but we had to make sure our warriors took care of everything on the perimeter so that as being a woman with children in the village, we could feel safe because we had warriors watching. Somebody was always watching to make sure that some predator or somebody else from another village wasn't coming in to take the women or take the children or break the village down. There was always someone watching. The warriors were watching. And we see this in a lot of our history through Viking Nordic. We see it through African tribes. We see it through Sweden tribes. We see it through all lineage of humanity in tribal times, how the warriors were protecting the space so people could feel safe. Now we speed forward to now. There's a lot of displacement going on. We got displacement in our systems. We got displacement in all these areas of that we see where there's disharmony, broken apart, people not feeling safe. There's displacement. And then there's the blockages. Because we'll create the block so we don't have to keep going through the pain of the new energy created of displacement. Yes, when we have to go through another displacement, we create a block so you don't feel it emotionally. You become numb. And then your language to yourself becomes, oh, well, we're used to this. We'll just keep on moving. We'll get through this. Well, it's just time to start again. We'll get through this. There comes a point where when we get through something, we have to heal it. We have to really heal it. And this is where we go into that place when you have to get out of that fight or flight mode and you're constantly in that survival mode. Some of you are single parents. You have to play both roles. You have to play both roles. Or you've seen your mother or your father play both roles in your life because it was a displacement of love. It was a displacement of unity. Displacement is not just about a home thing. Displacement is a thing that happens when you don't feel unity, when you don't feel safe. And it's this place of you're in the middle of the water and you're kind of doing this like, oh, I'm going to keep my head above the water. Oh. And it's the panic. But yet and still, if you keep moving in the water, you're going to move to the shore. You're going to get there or somebody's going to find you. And then you can take a breath and you can go, Until there's another situation, you're back in the water and you're doing this again. But what's happening, you're constantly in that displacement rhythm. And you have to break it. Because when you break it and you go in and you heal it and you remove the timelines to that energy, you now quantum leap out of that hub into a hub of stability and feeling safe. You're going to create that. But first, we got to go back to when you first felt not safe and you were displaced. And you had to deal with it. You have to put up with it. Oh, this is just temporary. Oh my God. How many of you had to keep saying that crap to yourself? This is just temporary. But you keep waiting for the big change. You keep waiting and waiting. You've done so much healing on yourself. You're like, gosh, I'm doing it. But why is there still something like looming over me, but I can't see it? What is it? And this is where you go back further. So, I want each and every one of you to take a deep breath. And if you've been feeling displaced, I want you to take this journey with me because I just did it. Actually, did this clearing. I got the, let's see, it was around 12, about 4 hours ago. So I want you to take a moment, close your eyes. And I just want you to just be in your space. Close your eyes. Bring both hands to your heart. I want you to just be present in your breath. And I want you to just connect to your sacred heart space. Drop into it. Just take a breath. Drop into the sacred heart. And drop into that. Just be in that sacred heart space. And just be there. And I want you to just ask your higher self. And I also want you to include the divine child in this. Because the divine child is the witness to all of the feeling not safe, to all of the feeling of never belonging. So invite that divine child in. Whatever the divine child witnessed, allow yourself to see the timeline thread of when it first originally happened. Your displacement. Was it on this planet? Was it with the mother-father set? Was it with the family setting? Or was it off this planet? Take a breath and allow yourself to go back to that timeline. Just allow it to come up. You don't have to interact with it. You don't have to fear it. Just allow it to come up as though you're watching a movie. Because the subconscious mind and super subconscious mind will show you. But the soul imprinted of the timeline energy will bring it into view. And all you have to do is just show me, when was my first displacement? When did I start feeling like this? And things have not gotten back on track. I always feel like I'm chasing something, somewhere to be where I want to call home and to feel safe. So go back to that timeline and allow yourself to see that. And as soon as you start to feel it, You'll know you're in that timeline because you will either start to get stuffy nose, coughing, a pain in the body. Something will let you know, or either chills that will let you know that this is truth. This is a timeline of truth. As soon as you connect to it, I want you to just see it what it is. Just feel it and just see it. And allow yourself to say, I am now releasing this timeline of displacement that has created an invisible blockage in my life. I am now releasing this timeline of displacement that has been causing an invisible blockage in my life. And just allow yourself to see it. Breathe. Exhale it out and just say, I am releasing this. And just allow yourself to just release that timeline. Go back further. What else is there? Where do you feel displaced? Where is the sadness? Where is the not feeling safe? Where is the judgment energy of something against you? Where is that energy? How it made you feel? Not belonging. Did you belong to another tribe? Did another tribe take you in? Go to that. Feel that. What does that feel like? And allow yourself to just release that timeline. Release it. Just release it. And say, I'm now releasing this. And just know that these timelines that you're releasing are just going to kind of hang out in the etheric and astral. We're going to get rid of all that. So now just put it up there. Just let the timeline, the hook and cords to it, be released from it. Where else are you feeling displaced? Where else is it present? Were you on a different star planet? Did something tragic happen and you felt that? Allow yourself to see it, feel that, and pay attention to how your divine child is sensing the energy. And just allow yourself to release it and say, I am releasing this timeline. Just release it. And allow yourself to go down even deeper. Where else are you seeing displacement? Is it in your generation? Is it in your ancestry? Where are you seeing that? Because now we're going to take it and dive into the DNA and look at the DNA and see as glimpses of pictures of timelines and faces of displacement energy. That's all it is just the energy. But you will notice it and see it for what it is. And all you have to do is just say, I am releasing this. The hooks and cords to this energy of displacement within the DNA that is an old cellular memory, I am releasing it. And allow yourself to just release it. See it fully for what it is. and allow the divine child to release the fear of displacement and to release the feeling of not being safe. Release that entire hook and cord of that. And we're going to release the energy of it repeating itself. Where the energy keeps repeating itself. We're going to remove that looping. So take a deep breath in and just see that light of looping energy that just keeps replaying itself. We're just going to say, I am releasing the looping energy of it. I now release the looping energy of displacement. I now release the looping energy of the invisible blockage caused by displacement, either in a person, place, theme situation. I am now releasing this. And I am commanding the hooks and cords to this to be removed. I declare it so. And so it is. Breathe, inhale, exhale. I am now releasing what my mother and father's cellular memory energy through the DNA, through the generation and the ancestry. I am now releasing their displacement. I don't carry their displacement energy. I am releasing that. Breathe. That's a big one. Take a deep breath on that. Feel your chest, release that. Feel your heart space, release that. You're not carrying theirs. Their fears, their displacement energies of long, long ago, generation of that they've carried. You don't have to carry it. And now I really want you to just look at the divine child. Look at you. And I want you to just take the divine child's hand, lean in close, and say, you are safe. You are safe. You are safe. Breathe that in. Inhale. Breathe that in. And as you are holding the divine child's hand, which is you, look directly into the eyes of yourself and know you are safe. It is safe for you to have what it is you desire. It is safe for you to have a place to live. You are worthy. You are loved. It is safe for you to be you. And it's safe for you to allow yourself to have this, to have the home, to have the job, to have the love, to have the unity, to have whatever it is that you seek. You are releasing the energy of displacement. So take a deep breath in, exhale it out, and allow the divine child to see that love come through your sacred heart space as it goes into the beautiful divine child. And the divine child feels that love, feels safe, feels empowered, feels inspired, stands strong in the self, Feels the strength up through the back of the spine, coming all the way up through the neck as the head sits straight. Chin is forward. As the energy moves up through the skull, up to the top of the skull, creating that alignment, feeling safe and connected. And now give yourself permission to live your life. To live fully in the present moment. And now take a deep breath and hold the breath. Take your divine child by the hand and leap over the energy of displacement. Find yourself on a beautiful crystal bridge of light. That is the new pathway, the new connection, and is connected to both of you in unity through the divine heart, through the nervous system, through every part of your being, emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually, is connected. And now take the divine child by the hand and say you are safe. And go in for the beautiful divine hug and allow that beautiful divine child to merge with you, to be embodied fully. Breathe that in. And now just allow the beautiful crystalline light of the beautiful divine source creator to just allow that bridge that you just stepped on become brighter and brighter in all of its essence as it flows through you into your soul star, into your crown, into your third eye, into your throat, into the sacred heart space, into the solar plexus, into the sacral, into the root, as it moves all the way down into the earth star, into your water star. And allow that beautiful flow of connection as everything divinely aligns through your DNA, being fully restored, being fully aligned of what you just stepped onto in a positive timeline of creation space. And just allow that energy to flow through the DNA, the RNA, through the mitochondria, the electrons and the protons, into the nucleus, into the neutrons, into all the atoms, molecules of that, as it flows completely down into the space of the body, embodying the complete light of consciousness. The Christos alignment and divine knowingness and divine alignment. And now just allow a beautiful silver light to come in of iridescence, sealing the deal. And becoming that magnetic purpose, unified and safe and loved, feeling the recentering, feeling loved, Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out. And just allow yourself to be in that moment. Thank you. Nahala indalari suturoya. Sekinina istuturia. Sane itia. And when you are ready, because all is complete and all the energy has been neutralized of what's been removed and transmuted across all galactic timelines, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th self, all 140,000 of your dimensional self has released those timelines and is neutralized and transmuted. Knowing that it is completely done, just release all of that. And know that you are on a new timeline. And when you are ready, open your eyes gently at a gaze and be fully present and knowing that things have changed because you created it and you let go of it. You released it so it could be transmuted and you recognized it. Therefore, it has changed. And when you are ready, drink some water. How's everybody doing? Is everybody good? Did you feel that difference? The word alone is enough to bring your attention to where you go, wait a minute. Whoa. Yes. Everyone good? I hope you are. Because when you do that and you release that way, I tried to go to the Zoom yesterday, an hour later, and today at 11 wouldn't let me in. Oh, honey, because, oh, wait. Okay. So, let me get in contact with Marty, and I'll have her send you the email. Okay, you left her your email. I'll have Marty send it to you. Okay, so you can have all of the things, because that'll allow you to go into, because we came in at 9 o'clock today. Yes. Okay. That's really weird, because we were wondering where you were and we didn't see anything. And we're always going to use that same code to come in. We didn't change it or anything. So yeah, I'll make sure that Marty sends it to you. If not tonight, she'll send it to you tomorrow so that you'll have it, because we're going to meet. Hello, Be So Light family. We're going to meet on Monday, I believe at 9 o'clock. Yes, it's at 9. She's going to send out the invite if you like to meet on a calendar, the new calendar. And it is the yellow resonated sun, guided by free is a portal day, but we're going to meet on a Monday, which is July 29th, is a white solar wind, and is guided by endlessness. So we will have a portal on the 27th, and then we will have one on a Monday. And the one on a Monday is the one that I really want to work in. So we will be meeting in Zoom on a Monday at 9 o'clock. So if you can make it, that would be great. If not, no worries. But we're doing it in a way where when people come, we set the energy, we do the work, we move into it, and we anchor. So if you are going to be a part of everything that's coming up for August 1st, please, please, please come in and be there. I wish I could be there on Monday. Oh, no, honey, you can't do it. You're busy. You're really busy. But I'm glad you're here. Feel Humpty Dumpty being put back together again. Yes! There you go. Peace. Peace. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. That word displacement is powerful. Displacement. Displacement. So I really wanted all of you to just kind of take a look at that and feel into that energy. Because yes, the calendar is exactly what's going to be happening when we step into August. I want you to really pay attention to this. This is for August. This is for the first month of the Galactic New Year calendar. Now, in Lemuria, on the Lemurian calendar, hold that thought, family. Hold it. Talk amongst yourself real quick. Hi, can you check our pilot light, please?
Yes, I can.
Thank you. Be careful because there's some wasp on the doors and we're trying to get rid of them.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if it's just the stupid pilot light. Wow, you guys, talk about timing. Everyone, hold on a second. He's checking our pilot light. Talk about timing. Can you believe that? I literally just finished doing it and he shows up. Okay, hold on. We're trying to figure out. Okay, it's really interesting. He's like laying on the ground trying to light it. It has to do a clicking thing. But anyway, I want you to take a look at this. You see how it's doing this spiraling? You see that connection? Yeah, that's all of you next month. We're all gonna be doing that next month. Surprise! Oh yeah. Yeah, it's on. Yeah, I look at this picture and I think about what I got on hand. Do I have anything to take? Because that's a lot of energy. Because what is an 8? What is it? What's up above comes below. They're going to be doing this. That's going to be you. It's already starting, but it's going to increase. How exciting! Yes! So, this month has already been so intense, yes. We're all going to just walk around like this. So remember, it's going to be all about that unified attract and purpose energy. And the totem is bat. In Taino, we call that makatari. Makatari. The bat. What does the bat see? What is the bat? The bat comes out when it starts to get nighttime. Takes a look around. Bat energy. So it's a light body of activation. And I think you can get some of the info is TETRAMADE.com. Teramed.com. Probably can't see it. Let's see if I can put it in there. Oh, no, the cat. Nope. Oh, nope, the cat. Can't put it in. Hold on, let me check. So we're gonna wait 30 minutes. Hot water in 30 minutes. God, we just love technology. Ooh, what just happened? Ooh. Am I hallucinating here? What's going on? I see it. Do you see it? Who put that up there? I didn't touch nothing. Wait a minute. What is that? I opened up to try to do a thing, and then I said, oh no, I'm not going to do that. I come back and it looks like I am weak. Nope. I don't do any kind of drugs. I'm so sorry to disappoint you guys. I'm sorry. I was too much of a bookworm when I was growing up. Don't do drugs. Sorry. It's just you want to woo. It kind of makes me feel like a little bit of iridescence here. When the moon is in the 7th house and Jupiter. Like, wee! Well, anyway, that's what's going to be happening, peoples. Maybe that's AI saying, well, let me help her out here. I feel like I need to support her and let it all be this illuminating effect. AI, you better stop playing with me. I'm starting to feel like you think I'm special. What do I do? I like to see you match that up. What do I do? All right, so that's going to be tomorrow to start for that. And I'm sorry to do this to all of you. We are going to close out with a blind spot card. Now, those of you that know me know when I pull this out, it's about to go down. So we're just going to ask, what is in our blind spot? What do we need to look at on a collective level? It even comes with tattoos that you get to wear temporarily. And this is by Teal Swan. And let me tell you, I don't mess with these very often. All right. Let's find out what's in our blind spot. What's the message? These are not nice cards. They like make you look at things. So what do we need to look at On this day of no space, no time or space, we're in the middle of letting go of the old, and now we're right here in that middle going to the new. Here we go. Okay, I'm just gonna pull it right here. Oh, right there. All right, top card, here we go. Number 68. This is the symbol of it. Take a look at it. Okay, see it? Okay, so now I'm going to read it. Number 68. Ooh. I have to reword this in a certain way. When you kind of hurt yourself type of thing. And it's put in the words of, we might be telling ourselves that if we punish ourselves, we will never make the same mistake again, or that we can do some type of penance or more likely to restore the sense of our own goodness. So it is all about when we don't love ourselves enough energetically, is what is creating, and it's giving us that stop blaming yourself, stop guilting yourself, so you can stop actually hurting yourself emotionally, mentally, physically, or spiritually. Okay. It's all about being aware of how you are setting up certain scenarios that are not for your highest good. Okay. I have to word it differently because we're on YouTube. And you may benefit by asking yourself the question, what would someone who loves me, who loves themselves, do? What would someone who loves themselves do? And I always like to ask this in that creator, what would creator do? Or what would Jesus do? Or what would Mary do? Or what would Mary Magdalene do? What would Yamaye do? What would Oshun do? What would Simihin Yaya do? What would Atabe do? What would Opi do? What would Makatari do? What would Govenuto do? What would Kodakote do? Did I leave anybody out? Isis. What would she do? What would Athena do? What would Freya do? What would Morgan do? What would they do? When you're stuck with making a decision on something that is not serving you, what would you do? What would they do? When you ask a more powerful. And this one we'll close out with. Now these are not so bad. These are lovely. But they give us a certain mystery. You got to figure it out. So in the Oracle Vision, when we talk about what would we do or what would someone else do in a situation that needed to change, what would they do? Oh. Look at that. It's an 8. Oh my gosh. It's a number card 8. He's got a symbol on his face. He's got this. He's got a symbol here. Third eye. He's looking. Looks like alchemy here. He's thinking, creating. Let's see what it says. The dual message. Ooh. Goals, dedication process. When we are motivated by our goals that have deep meaning, by dreams and need completion, by pure love that needs expressing, then we truly live life. This is the alchemist that serves as striving and achieving the goal through the studies, the experimental, the dedication, the perseverance. His face markings are trace of the beginning and the end points of his quest from the base led through its various stages of purification of the soul to the gold. The symbol for gold appears in the center of his forehead where the third eye chakra is perceived to be. So, this is where you're asking a question of it will all be worth it in the end. It will all be worth it in the end. When we keep going and keep pursuing and keep moving forward, it will all be worth it in the end. Oh, yeah, it's going to be. Trust me on that. What's coming is definitely going to be worth it. But we have to slip through the illusion part of it that is the creation out of fear and limitation. There we go. I'll say it that way. Fear and limitation. Okay? But there's no such thing of it as long as you don't consent to it. Everything, in closing with this, when we take our attention and we consent to an attention of something and we stay on that, we're consenting to it. We're consenting energetically for it to take place. Okay? We're consenting to it. So when you take yourself out of that and you don't consent to the energy, you don't give it any attention anymore, you keep your power. So tomorrow, when we come back, we're going to talk about taking and keeping our power. Okay, keeping your power. So pay attention to your dreams tonight. Pay attention if anything else should come up with that energy of what we just worked through. But just allow yourself, if something comes up, just snap and say, I release that. I recognize it. I release it. Thank you for bringing that to my attention. I release it. The hooks and cords to it. Thank you. It's done. Okay. The sound when you snap, it goes into the subconscious mind, and it makes the subconscious mind go, wait, what was that? It makes the subconscious mind do that, and then the super subconscious mind goes, okay, what's going on? Okay, we're not doing that. We're not wanting that. That's not happening right now. Okay, got it. Okay, that's how that, when you make a sound or when you hear a sound, it brings you into that space so that the conscious mind can't be in it. And it also checks the ego. It makes the ego say, oh, come on now. I wanted to have some fun. I wanted to bring in some kind of confusion here. And now you're like making me take the back seat. Why? Come on. That's what the ego wants to do. Wants to get involved, wants to stop everything, wants you to analyze and go, no. Just catch it, stop it. Snap in a new thought. Okay. I have that in my book where you catch the thought with the left, turn it off, send in a new thought with the right. It works really good because you're just making both the sides of brains work. Right here, you take 2 fingers. Actually, take these 3 fingers. Place it right here. And just go side to side real fast. Press in, go fast. Take a deep breath in. Hold the breath. Blow it out. And stop and release. That technique balances both left and right side of the brain neurologically. You'll feel it. You'll feel this energy go shh. Want to try it again? These 3 fingers. You're using your sending hand. Place it right here. So it's kind of like where the brows are. You're going to go whoop, right there. And press in and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take a deep breath in. Hold the breath. Exhale it out. Slow it down. Press in. And release. And open eyes. Feel that? You feel your whole mind just go, whoo. And it travels and it goes right about here and it drops. Yeah, rebalancing. All right, lovelies. Know that you are loved, know that you are seen, and you are heard. Therefore, you are divinely magic. Therefore, you are divinely aligned. Therefore, you are awake. Therefore, you are loved. Be so light. Like and subscribe. I have no idea what's going on with the wee. But be in your light. Stay true to yourselves. Stay connected to your higher self. Okay. Thank you so much for joining me here. Thank you, all new subscribers, for being here, for claiming your light. It's not about me. It's about you. Claiming your light. Remembering who you are. That's all. Keeping it simple. Terry's like, I miss Mount Shasta. Yeah, I know. All right, lovelies. Be good to yourself. And I will see you tomorrow when we'll talk about staying in power in chaotic times. Okay? Don't give your power away. All right, lovelies. Be good to yourself. I'll see you tomorrow. Sleep well tonight. I'll see you in the ethers. Real fun. What do? Bye.